Hey everyone, welcome back to Talking Hidden Treasures. I'm Patrick Hakim, and today I've got Galen, CEO of Summa Silver. Welcome, Galen.
Hi, Patrick. Thanks for having me back on the show.
You got it. So today I wanted to talk about the press release that you guys put out on the Mogollon Project. Can you give us an update on that? That sounds like, I'm a treasure hunter. I love it when you guys are finding more treasure. Can you let me know about it?
Yeah, well, that's the good way to put it. The treasure hunter mentality is something that I think that you have to have if you're going to be successful in mineral exploration. So for us, we just put out some drill results from our Mogollon Project in New Mexico. Some big numbers coming out of there. The highlight being 23 meters of 433 grams per ton silver equivalent. And that's drilling around one of the old mines in the area called the Old Consolidated Mine. So what we've done there now is we've put out results for 19 holes, and we have results for an additional 10 holes that really add to the story that were drilled in the 1980s that have some similar grades. So what we've done now is we've drilled out, an area that's about 500 meters by about 300 meters, and are now really pushing towards more targets there where, we've drilled 500 meters of along one vein. Well, there's 50 kilometers of vein and potential structure on this project. So, to use a cliche, I think we're really just starting to scratch the surface there.
Yeah, that sounds great because to me, that's the idea of us and what we're looking at here is we have a desperate need for these resources. And I know you guys have heard me say this over and over again, but the reason we keep bringing back these CEOs of these mining companies is you guys, we desperately need these resources. So for me, I am absolutely interested in following up on that, especially in what's going on in Nevada at the Tonopah Project. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, Tonopah. So that's another one of these famous Wild West mining districts that we're about to start drilling here again in the next couple weeks. Where, there's an old saying in exploration. It's like, well, the best place to find a new mine is right next to the old mine, and you can find that. I think that when you go into these historic mining districts that haven't had any modern exploration or haven't really been looked at for decades and decades and decades, 50 plus years. You can really find that there, if you take a modern approach and do the modern science, so we're geologists, so we do science, that there's a lot of juice left to squeeze. And the old timers did a great job, but we just have tools at our disposal now, in terms of technology, in terms of ideas that they just didn't have 100 years ago. So it's a little bit of a secret weapon in that regard. But, your other comment about the importance of all of these metals, silver in 2022, I think demand for silver smashed all records, and that's because, silver is a great monetary metal and we love it if we want to stack, and we all have silver and I have lots. Well, not as much as I'd like, but, I have some. And, but the other part of that story is that most of silver is actually used in industrial purposes, and silver is emerging as something that's needed in every solar panel, something that's needed in every EV. And, look, like when I was a kid, we had a Cold War and there was no real good flow of goods or services between East or West. Then in the 90s, we had globalization and everyone was friends again. And here we are in 2023, excuse me. And it's like feeling like there's a new Cold War developing with all the conflicts that are going on. So where do we want to get, these important metals? And like domestic supply for me is a really important theme in what I want to look for and in my investing. So 2 U.S. projects I think are very good.
Man, Galen, that couldn't resonate with me anymore. The whole reason I'm on this journey is because I understand and I recognize that there are geopolitical things occurring that are far beyond our control. And it is imperative that we as a community, and I really mean this like in the sense of a global community, Mexico, Canada, the United States. You guys, we got to stick together, and we desperately need these resources, not just for solar panels, not just for those types of things, but also for medicine. They need silver for medicine. What happens when the solar panel is willing to pay more for the production and they are willing to pay more for silver? That means the costs of our medicines also go up. These are things that we need for everyday life. And you are 100% on the money when you say this is a real problem and an issue of national security. It is what we need to survive, and we need you guys. So, Galen, thanks so much for coming on, and I definitely look forward to catching up with you.
Great. Thanks, Patrick. Thanks for having me on. Talk to you soon.